Okay, play, continue. Okay. Hey, Buzzruz, have a great night, bud. It'll all be on YouTube. Ooh. Ooh. 1 sec. I gotta give Buzz a sub before he goes. There we go. Have a good night, Buzz. All right. Once again, find yourself sitting inside Bozeman's office. Everything is proceeding orderly, just how the fastidious man likes it. So it's rare for him to be late. The door opens behind you just as you start to imagine the reasons why. Winston, you're already here. Good. I'll keep this brief. We both know that your dedication to this role is somewhat lacking. You've been here almost 6 years. In that time, you have a problem following simple and clear instructions. A prime example of this is when you played the Disrupt propaganda tape a few years back. You're still feeling the consequences of that today. Your involvement, whether or not can be proven, the Disrupt attack has not been overlooked. That night cost Channel 1 significantly, financially, and to our reputation. You'd better believe that if I had a shred of evidence, well, we certainly wouldn't be talking now. Your general attitude leaves much to be desired, never willing to go above and beyond for the role, work the extra hours when required, refusal to attend corporate events and functions. These things are all noticed, you know. Look, Winston, I'm going to be blunt. I don't like you. If I had my way, you would have been out the door long ago, but now we're under public ownership. It's much harder to get rid of you without an official grievance. And so far, you've managed to skate just under the line. I want you to know I'm watching you for a slip-up. Now get back to work. Ow. When's the next X4 stream? I'm pretty much done with it, but I may return for a little bit. Maybe another stream or two at some point. But I kind of did most of the big stuff I wanted to do. Yeah. Hi, other left. What's up, buddy? Hello, friendo. Yeah. It's late. It's been snowing all day, and unlike everyone else, you've stayed inside as much as possible, keeping warm. Normally you'd enjoy the snow, but today it's nothing more than an irritant. Sam always gets excited when they see the snow. When they were younger, they'd always wrap the kids up and take them out to play in it. It's been a while since that happened, though. The new place still doesn't feel quite as cozy. I'm not eligible. Oh, cookie. Sam bustles in from the cold carrying some groceries. I could use a hand, please. Lots of stairs from here to the car. Her arms are full and they're clearly struggling to get everything to the kitchen. Then you have been at work all day and they spent most of it at home as usual. Oh, sorry, of course. I'll be right there. As you rush over to help them with their bags, Sam shoots you a grateful smile. I got most of it. There's just a couple more left downstairs. You head out getting most of the way to the lift before you remember it's out of order. When you grab the bags, you realize Sam has picked up everything to make fajitas, your favorite. Forget the weather and the unpaid bills as you cook in your delightfully tiny kitchen, laughing together like you used to. For the first time since moving in, you think, as Sam flicks sour cream across the table at you, you're making happy memories again. Wow. Okay. Thank you, Double G. Appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. I know, Sag, man. The sadness. It's been over 13 years since your dad died. You visited his grave a few times since then. Normally during times of stress or when you're trying to figure something out or when you just want some peace and quiet. You feel Sam's head on your shoulder, giving you a reassuring squeeze. You're grateful that they're still here with you. Just having them by your side always seems to make things easier. Parents should never have to bury their child, particularly Charlie, who never even had a chance to grow up. He had so much potential, so many dreams, so much he wanted to do. It's not fair. If only you could change it. And he was 17, and she was 20. Susie, poor Susie, what you wouldn't give to have her back, even just to argue with you. You just wanted to explore the world, so curious, so full of life, until Liberation Night. Everything changed then. The relationship with Chris has always been a bit up and down, but as of late, you seem to be actually getting along. It makes a nice change, and certainly made life easier with Sam. You may be in an Albeit expensive care home now, but it's still comforting to know your mother is around. Even if she barely recognizes you, your presence is always reassuring. That's weird. You turn away to wander in the direction of the car. You can't control life, what happens, who lives it, and who dies. All you can do is keep going and see what gets thrown at you next. What is life if not a series of little decisions that define us, and we'll never know which ones will take us one way and which will bring us here. game goes dark as it goes on. Yeah, this game gets significantly dark, but in the same vein, it's also absolutely ridiculous at times. I thought I did 2 Relaire. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost both of our kids this run. The finale. Oh, man.
Right. Let's try and get through this one with as little pain as possible, eh, Winston? I know Advance have allowed the studio to fall into disrepair. It's all gone wrong since they took over. Not that the alternative would be better. We'd have been stuck with something like those dangerous psychopaths at Disrupt. But the show must go on. One more time, anyway. Quick point before you start. We've had a few problems with the machinery lately. Locked buttons, screens flickering on and off, sparks and the like. Try not to make things any worse. Oh, and don't forget, you've got free reign of the SFX buttons these days. Make sure to use them whenever I would deem appropriate.
Okay, no worries.
How old are you then, Cohh? Okay, here we go, big smiles.
I've actually gained a year. I celebrated 44 last year, but it's actually this year. It's brilliant.
You're 44? I'm going in 5.
40.
4. 3.
Good evening and welcome
Spice it up with some audience responses, Alex.
I'm Megan and I'm joined as always by the inimitable Robin and Patrick. How are we?
Well, we have got so much going on tonight. I'm excited.
Wait,
I'd say I'm about a 12, Megan.
Wait.
On the excitement scale?
Yeah.
Patrick
exactly.
Bannon?
We have got so much SoCo stuff coming up.
We sure do. We have celebrity chef Jordan Rankley, who will be cooking up a storm.
We'll be announcing the winners of our big competition, Visions of the Future.
And we'll be joined by a very special guest for a game of Wheel of Truth. And I'll even be showing you how to make your own Leaders' Day gifts. We've got all of that and so much more tonight on The Nightly Show.
The fight is not over.
What?
We have grieved our loss, and we have hardened our hearts. We have
He
lived with
lived?
death, and we no longer fear it. There is no price too great for liberty. I can be silenced, but your thoughts cannot. And each day, just like before, we gain hearts and minds. Because the truth is like that. Irresistible. We're back. And we're only getting started.
Right, let's have some applause all the way into the next section.
Put through the paces by Chef Jordan Rankley. An update on our lovely
Oh, God.
show pets in Pet Corner.
Fine, include yourself.
I did it.
Well, Megan, first up we have our hamster, Lord Cheeks. Now, he's a squat winter grey with the scientific name Adipem stultus, and he lives here with us in this cage. Hamsters love hoarding, and they actually have special pouches in
I
their
do
cheeks
too.
for storing food. He loves carrots, apples, and chewing tobacco. Now, hamsters are nocturnal, so we'll do our best not to wake him up. But let's just see if we can. Well, the door has been left open. It looks as though Lord Cheeks has actually gone for a little wander. But I'm sure he will be around here somewhere. In the meantime, let's say hello to our tortoise. Now, after last month's viewer vote, she is now, of course, called Slow Barbara. And don't panic, even though it is December, Babs here doesn't actually hibernate. Let's say hello. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, Babs. Oh. Those are our nightly show pets, Megan, both alive and well. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. We'll check in on them, or some very similar animals at the same time tomorrow. Now then, I hope you're hungry, because if not, you're about to be. Patrick Bannon is with Chef Jordan Rankley, and they're going to be showing us how to knock up a delicious apple pie. It's time to go into the kitchen.
Don't forget the SFX buttons.
That's right, and I'm joined here by Chef Jordan Rankley. Welcome to the Nightly Show kitchen. How does it compare to the kitchens you're used to?
I love the colours. It's vibrant. It's fresh. Shame about all the arseholes. Yes?
Sorry? So, You own 6 restaurants, you've been awarded 9 Ballon d'Or across your career, and you've worked alongside the best chefs in the world. Tonight you've got me. Oh, are you worried?
Am I fucking worried? Are you worried? Are you fucking worried?
Yes. So, what are we making today, chef?
So, we've got a family over for Leaders' Day.
Yeah.
They're hungry. We're going to make them a delicious apple pie.
Ooh, lovely.
It's got sweetness, it's got the acidity of the fruit, and then you get the richness of that pastry. Incredible.
Wow, okay, so where do we start?
So we've got to start by making our filling. So we've got about 1 kilogram of fresh cooking apples here. Fucking beautiful. And we're going to slice these up perfectly.
Yep.
And then straight into the pan.
Your new show, Demon Kitchen Heart Eater, starts on Friday here on Channel 1. So, tell us about that.
So, teams of young chefs come into my kitchen, and one by one I destroy them emotionally. And if there's time, I teach them some basic knife skills. Fuck me, Patrick. What are you doing?
What?
Shit. Is that how you cut? Fuck, you'll lose a fucking finger.
Oh, don't worry, I've got spares. Right, so once we've done that, we set these aside whilst we make the pastry. Yeah?
Yep. Boom. Yeah? Okay. Sugar, butter.
Yep.
We mix that together, and then a whole egg. What are you doing, you fucking donkey? Are your brains the size of that fucking egg?
Oh, no, chef.
No. Shit. Right. Mix that with a wooden spoon and work in that flour, okay? Work that into a nice ball of dough, just like that.
So, what does the notoriously fierce Jordan Rankley do to unwind?
Shit the bed.
Yeah.
What's that? What is that?
Well, it's a bit lumpy.
Lumpy? It could fucking pass for a sack of spuds. Touch that. Touch it. Yeah? Pathetic. That goes into chill. Now, we're mixing our filling.
Okay.
Apples, sugar,
Yes.
cinnamon.
So, you own 6 restaurants across 5 territories. Which is your favourite?
Are you mixing that or fucking it?
What?
Are you going to light a candle? Take it out to dinner? Fucking mix it for fuck's sake. Right, now we're rolling out 2/3 of our pastry.
God.
Bit of flour into the dish.
The filling goes next, right? The filling goes next.
Why are you watching this? Do you remember how it feels to be informed? To feel connected to what has happened in the world?
Rolling that into a round.
Do you remember Jeremy Donaldson? Because I do. I remember how he died. And now I watch this excuse of a program and I realise he was 100% right. Disrupt's first martyr died protecting this show. If he could see it now, he'd wonder why he bothered.
And then brushing the whole thing.
Okay. Ta-da! What do you think?
Oh my God. You, come here, you. That's a disgrace. I'd rather jam my eyeballs up my fucking arse than look at that. Yeah. I'd rather use my tongue to tie my shoes after the fucking shit-kicking contest. Do you understand? Kicking contest, do you understand?
Then it goes in the oven for 45 minutes.
Oh, put your head in the oven while you're at it. Useless. You, come here, you. You're the worst thing to happen to food since cyanide. Do you know that? I tell you what. Off. Get the out of here. Off.
Yes, okay, well, while I do that, let's go now to Megan and Robin, who will be competition. Visions of the future.
With SFX, less is more, Alex.
Well, that looks delicious. If you want to follow along at home, then make sure you write in with a stamped addressed envelope and we'll send you the fact sheet. So, Robin, look at all these amazing entries to the Vision of the Future competition.
Yes, we challenged you to show us your predictions of the future, and we were just inundated with entries, weren't we, Megan? From wacky inventions to global problem solving, they are all amazing, and we had the best time looking through each one.
There's so tough narrowing it all down. So we have some amazing runners-up. In 3rd place, drum roll please, we have Hamish, who's 3 from Lunwelly. He calls this still life and the future of God, and it really blew us away. Just look at the line work here, and I can really feel every passionate stroke of the brush.
If you look here, you'll see a beautifully rendered, what I thought at first was a smiley face or perhaps a cat. But I think if you really look, you'll see it's actually a representation of the seeming futility of death through the eyes of the living.
Indeed. He's also chosen to just leave a lot of it blank, which I think is really interesting. If you know Hamish and his work, of course, he loves focusing on the negative space rather than the image itself.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, and such talent from one so young, Megan.
Absolutely.
But next up we have our 2nd place entry. So in 2nd, drum roll please, we have Keith, 41 from Dungleys. Yeah, Keith, we were sort of aiming this towards our younger viewers, but still, he has sent in his idea of the future, which he's calling Ravaged Earth.
Indeed. He says in his really rather detailed notes, deprived of basic resources, society will resort to a brutal system of weekly battles to the death where only the victor may breed. He also says at the bottom here, either that or about the same, but maybe a bit worse.
I really love his attention to detail. You can see the sort of gladiatorial arena, and then what I can only assume is Keith himself pulling off this chap's head and shouting, "Come back to me, Linda!" Oh, Keith, maybe if you spent more time outdoors and less time entering children's competitions, she might not have left.
Special one there. And finally, of course, it's time to reveal our winner. All our runners-up will receive a day out at an inflatable Happy Land on an industrial estate just off the A40. Sorry about that, Keith. But our lucky winner will win the chance to spend the day at the Department of Change to see how our teammates are actually making the new future a reality every day. And the winner is, drum roll please.
I'll help you with that. I'll help you with that.
I've spent my whole life searching for truths. Sometimes I've found them. Other times I've not been so lucky. I used to rant about belief juice, a drug in the water. And I was wrong. I admit that. It's not in the water, it's right here. In this screen. In this show. This is your belief juice. You drink it nightly, through your eyes, and it makes you stupid and asleep.
It's getting involved in the party, aren't they? This one seems to have gone a bit haywire, in what I can only assume is an ominous sign of things to come. Lovely, Lola.
Well, if our winners have inspired you to make some artwork of your own, do keep sending them in, and yours could be displayed in our gallery here.
Well done again to everyone who took part. We're going to take a break now, but when we come back, we'll be playing the Wheel of Truth and making some lovely homemade gifts. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
That's the break. 1 minute back.
I don't know what you did, but it's definitely made things worse down there, Winston. Probably going to be more trouble for you in this segment. What do I care? I'm done anyway. Handed in my notice this morning. The moment the show finishes, I'll be out the door. So you may as well just do what you want, as usual.
And I'll take you out through the loading bay.
Schools had uniforms back then, so I wondered what would best show off my emerging womanly curves. After much pacing, and I confess, a few tears, I settled on the zip-back, boxy pleated skater skirt in dark blue with white sweetheart blouse and the necklace Harry had given me when we'd met in the woods and I'd allowed him to frolic in my glades.
It's an honest account of my childhood, because in the new future, there's no need for secrets.
There was just so much injustice in the world, I realized, as Portia Hamilton Mann lured my best friend into the convertible her daddy had bought her for Easter. How had I failed to predict the perils of being the poorest postgrad at Poshborough?
Over the course of 3 compact discs or just 22 cassette tapes, you can experience a childhood under the old
It's a revolution, Colin.
And, like me, understand why we can never go back.
Oh, the horror.
Jenny.
15 minutes before the most important speech of my career, and I had stained my high-cut lady trousers. Waves of nervous nausea seized me.
Grandmother's arsehole.
Like
It's much better.
Harry on that night when I let him touch me in the thicket.
Sarah just needs to work.
I thought I may
Apparently there's
cry,
been
but
some
fate
sort of disturbance.
intervened in the form of a
Now, I'm sure it's nothing to
young,
worry about. I
up-and-coming
wanted to let you
television
know that I've
presenter
asked for
named
extra
Peter
security,
Clement.
and they're already on their way.
Okay, 10 seconds for positions and pose.
Okay, this time you've said it.
Laughing, and we're going in 5, 4, 3.
Uh-oh.
A bit more audience reaction would be nice, Alex.
We were just saying, I can't wait to taste Patrick's pie. I don't know, I think I could wait.
Well, here it is, fresh out the oven.
Oh, well, it does look amazing. Jordan, how did our Patrick do?
Well, let's just say that pie's got more crust than my grandmother's arsehole.
Well, thank you for that. Well, come on, try it. Dig in.
Yeah. Okay. Whew. Oh my God.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's really something, Patrick. That's delicious.
But now you better go and get ready for that next feature. Every night we play a game of Wheel of Truth with our celebrity guests. But I know what you're thinking. Megan, we've only got one celeb guest. Well observed, viewers, well observed. Well then, I better bring her out. Should I? The surprise guest? What do you think? Here she is, best-selling author, lawyer and thinker. I mean, she's only the bloomin' team leader. It's Julia Salisbury.
Prime Minister Julia Salisbury.
Oh, welcome, Julia. Darling. Oh, so good to see you.
Oh, Megan, you look incredible.
Stop it, I was just about to say the same thing. Now, don't get too comfortable. It's time to head over to Robin and Patrick as we play Wheel of Truth.
That's right, it's that part of the show where we pit our celebs against each other to see if we can break them.
That's right, Robin. They're gonna spin the wheel to pick a round, and it could be anything from box of flies to slap my face. They really have no idea what's in store.
So up first we have Jordan. Let's give it a spin.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, let's see what you've landed on. Okay, it's fact or fib.
Fact or fib?
Jordan, is it true that you've been known to order takeaway for a dinner party and pass it off as your own cooking?
It's one fucking time.
One time.
Well, I think if that pie was anything to go by, you did them a favour.
Not so fast there, Julia. Fact or fib?
Fact or
We
fib?
heard you've got a very interesting way of saving time during the laundry.
Oh my God!
Go on, why don't you tell us about it?
You absolute... No, I can't. Okay, what did...
Feel alone. It's early morning as I record this. Maybe you'll see this tonight, or next week, or never. It takes a lot to even get these on the air. So many small acts of rebellion. So don't worry. The fact that you can hear this at all proves it. You're never alone.
I can't win! No! Honestly, raise my taxes. We're clearly not paying you enough.
Come to my dressing room after the show. We'll sort you out.
Are you blushing, Patrick? Is all this talk of bras embarrassing you?
Blushing? I mean, I'm not blushing. Come on then, you, Julia. Spin the bloody wheel.
Let's do it.